Hello students, let us start the second half of the poem's explanation. I hope you are remembering the first half of the poem's explanation. So now every shop started to display their goods. So in the morning the shopkeepers comes and open the shops and they started to display their goods. So you must have seen when the shopkeepers opened their shop, they sprinkled the water in front of their shops. And that cooled the pavement. Pavement means the road, and cooled the footpath. Okay? And all those who were walked on the path. So in this stanza, the writer says that every the shopkeepers comes and display their goods, and when they open their shops, they started to sprinkle the water in front of their shops, so that the pavement, the road, the footpath may be cooled, and those who were walked there, and they can also experience the coolness. Okay. Now the next line, it says that the ruddy housemaid. Here the poet says that a red-cheeked housemaid spins her mop so quickly that annoys a smart, skilled neat girl who was almost falling with her bandbox in her hand. So here the bandbox means where we keep clothes for washing. Okay. The next line. So the sun rays fall upon the glasses window pane causes to shine. When the sun rays started to fall, the window pane causes to shine, except where the canvases are kept. So the canvases are kept to protect the goods from the sun and the rain. So it is talking about the next line, it is talking about the beauty parlor. So where the beauty smiles, where beautiful young unmarried girls are sitting in the parlor watching every charming object out in the street. Okay. So the next stanza, it is talking about it is discussing about two things. The first thing it is saying, the sun rays fall upon the windows, the window pane causes to shine, and except where the canvases are kept, the canvases protect the goods from the sun and the rain. So, and the next line it tells that the beauty parlor, the people, the unmarried young women are sitting in the beauty parlor, and every charming object they are observing, they are watching every charming object outside on the street. So now there is a pastry shop where the cake, pastries and all kinds of sweet delicacies are sold. The next line we see that it is talking about the pastry shop where cake, pastries and all kinds of sweet delicacies are sold. So now you must have seen in the shop flies, humming insects are seem to fly over them. So when there is a sweet thing, the flies and the humming insects fly over them. And so here also in the same way, in the pastry cakes, where the pastry cakes are kept in the bakeries, you can say, the humming insects are moving around to sit over them. So here the limmy snare. The limmy snare means a kind of a lime juice which was prepared as to snare the trap and trap the humming insects. So the lemon juice, the lime juice are kept, which is prepared as to catch the humming insects and the flies. Okay. So the next line it tells that the lamp lighters could be seen climbing the tall ladder very quickly. So, as if he was willing to take a risk. Why he was climbing the ladder? What's the reason why the lamplighters are climbing the ladder so quickly, taking the risk? Because the ladder they are climbing the ladder because to trim the half-filled lamp. To trim the half-filled lamp. Here the meaning is nimby. Nimby means very quickly. And venturous. Venturous meaning as if he was willing to take a risk. And the next word is trim. Trim means cut in neat size. Okay. So the next line it says that the lamp-lighters are climbing down, keeping the ladder and climbing the ladder very quickly. The reason that they are going to trim the lamps. Okay. So the next line we see that at that time at his feet the pot boy standing there who serves the pot boys normally they serves the drinks. Okay. They are standing at the below the lamp light. Okay. And very sharp voice they are shouting for their trade. So in the slaughterly pavement, in the hot and humid pavement, there was a man who was selling old clothes and he was shouting in a top voice to so that people may come and buy their goods. So many people we see it in the poem. Okay, we saw that in the pastry shops, the people are selling the pastry shops, and also there the lamplighters are standing, and the next one we see that the pot boy who is coming and cleaning the lamplight, and also the other one we see here the man who is selling the old clothes. So he is taking out the cloth one by one, and also he is looking. He looks like a cunning man. Why he is look like he is opened the bag, and from there he is taking out a torn clothes, and which is displaying, and he is selling it in a cheap price. So in the next line we see the porter was carrying a heavy load. The poor poet wakes from the busy streams in order to paint the summer morning. So finally we see in the last stanza the porter, the porter man carrying a heavy load, and the poor poet is sitting there and started to write the poem Summer Morning. Okay, and he will compose a poem with words and phrases about the summer morning. In order to paint the summer morning, he will paint with his words and phrases. That's the last line of this poem. Okay. So we see, I have told in the second half of the poem, who is making the noise. Now every shopkeepers are displaying their goods, and they are sprinkling the water on the pavement, and it cooled those who walked on the path. And next we see the ruddy housemaid making a lot of noise, and also the sun rays fall on the goods and the things which is kept on the shop, and the canvases gave the shadow so that the goods may be protected by the canvases which is kept there. The next line we see that the pastry shop, the bakeries where the cake pastries and all kinds of sweet delicacies are kept, and also where what is flying all around, the insects and the flies are moving around all over the shops. And also in the next line we see the lamplighters are seen, and they are climbing the ladder to trim the lamp. Okay. The next line we see the pot boy who is serving the drinks for the people, and also he is shouting at the top of his voice. The next one we see the old man who is selling an old cloth in a very cheap price, and he is also calling out the people so that the people may come and buy his goods. Okay, so finally we see the last stanza. The writer, the poet, is sitting there and writing the poem, the London summer morning, and he will paint with his words and phrases. Okay, he will compose the poem and words and phrases about the summer morning. Okay, students, that's all the poem. You have to learn the 8 lines of the poem and write down the word meanings in your copy. Okay, thank you for listening.